Hey everyone, welcome to the inevitable Pigeon Forge Smoky Mountains video, where today we're just going to be driving down the strip and showing off basically all the attractions here in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. If you guys want to see any more in-depth reviews, I have a couple up already on the channel, or if there's anything you want to see, make sure to comment that down below. But with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Starting off, we're not even in town yet, and I already got to show off this one big water park here because the Smoky Mountain, it's about as close as we're getting to it, is basically one of the biggest and best water parks here in the Pigeon Forge area. As you guys saw, it was also across from the convention center, which has another water park hotel. Spoilers, there's a lot of those here. As you can see, we have a racing water coaster, a whole bunch of other slide towers. They have another water coaster way back there. And they actually are currently in construction of a new hybrid water coaster for the year. There's the other water coaster. So, really cool water park. I might come back to it during the summertime because, yeah, Smoky Mountain. Down there we got the NASCAR Speed Park, which is a little NASCAR Speed Park. Go-karts, what do you think? They also have a couple of little kiddie rides and small roller coaster, but honestly, that ride is super overpriced, so you just go there for the credit if you go for it. And this is about all you're gonna see of it because it's way down there in the ditch and we're driving down the thing. What you will see more of is this bad boy we're pulling up on because Skyland Ranch here is an attraction I actually visited previously. There will be a little short in the wherever. This is one of the longest coasters of the mountain variety. That's what they call mountain coasters here in the Smoky Mountains, which has two different lifts. Look at that big sprawling layout. It's all part of this big Skyline Ranch that's up there in the clouds. It's a giant area up there, which actually has some nice seating areas, chairlift, and you see back there a new for 2025 edition of a giant skylift, which will be like one of the biggest towers in the area. So that'd be a nice little view. That's just gonna be your standard little sky flyer that you see at a couple different places. But like I said, because of its location on top of the hill, it's going to have a great view, probably one of the best views in the Smokies. And outside that, obviously, like I said, giant coaster, which I'm now stuck in the middle of. I'm going to have to turn around. Of course, Pigeon Forges has no shortage of weird museums and lunch shows. So if you're in that kind of stuff, yeah, there you go. There's 10 billion of those. I'm more important by these up. Got a couple more mountain coaster kind of coasters. I actually did a review of these as well. Rowdy's Mountain Snow Park things, which those are actually kind of unique. You got a powered coaster, and behind it there is a suspended coaster, which those are pretty unique for mountain coaster things. Pet friendly. I'll take Tony there. Yeah, as you can see, plenty of touristy just hotels and museums and that kind of stuff. There's King Kong over there. Check him out. What up, King Kong? Big old monkey. Moving into the strip proper, first of all, I gotta show off Magic Quest. It's over here. I'm gonna ignore Lumberjack Place because Magic Quest is basically a magical wizard interactive thing that you get to make a wand and go on all sorts of different adventures. A lot of stuff to interact with. And little spoilers, I used to work at the one at Great Wolf Lodge back in Cincinnati. Then across the street, of course, we do have Lumberjack Feet, as I just alluded to. They have a pretty unique little flying ride, as you see there. There's a little zipline coaster. So that's pretty cool. We got one of the many go-kart and small attraction theme parks over here. I'm not going to show them all off, but there are a bunch of those, so have fun. What I will show off for a minute is the island. This place is like a big outdoor mall courtyard thing, and right in the middle is a pretty decently sized amusement park with a variety of family and thrill attractions. Also this ginormous Ferris wheel you can see from almost anywhere in the strip. The park even has a credit here, which was just a standard SPF spinner, but if you need it, there you go. A lot of SPF stuff, actually. A lot of cool rides like Nebula's back there. Should be riding one of these tomorrow, so make sure you check that video out. And also in the center of this park, aside from the, giant Ferris wheel, whatever, we have one of many Old Smoky / any moonshine distilleries that this area of the world is known for, of course. If you guys want to imbibe or drink culture, there you go. There's like 20 of these. For me, Skyfly right here. Freaking beautiful looking steampunk themed flying theater. Even if it is generic, it still has a steampunk theme, but that's an automatic word for me, and that's all that matters. And of course, right in the center, the park has this famous giant fountains. Do all sorts of cool shows. Not doing it right now, but like come at nighttime or whatever, you'll see them. But that's all I'm going to cover this park today, because I don't want to get copyright struck by all this background music that's super loud here. And also I've covered the park several times before, so make sure you check out that video up above where I also cover Lost Mine Mountain Coaster and Mini Golf. It's probably one of the most immersive mountain coasters I've ever been on. I mean, this thing is, I think I quoted before, not so much a big mountain coaster as it is a 9-minute long themed mine train coaster through the mountains. You can see this little bit of theming up there. It goes all the way back there. That's one of the tunnels. Like, this thing goes all over the hill. Look at that, all the way back there. And it is honestly one of my favorite mountain coasters right now. I know that usually these are kind of one and done things, just get credit and run, but I may be making this my first coaster of 2025 just because it's that good and I want to ride again. Also, you got mini golf. I mean, I'm not sure of all the mini golfs, but they got that. Speaking of mini golf though, right up from the island and over here by this Mountain Mile section with Flavor Town and this big thing I'll talk about in a second, we have another thing that's under construction, just about ready to roll, the Scooby-Doo golf course, which looks to have about 2 or 3 different courses. I see there's an orange one back there, on the other side there's a purple, and I'm not sure if this is going to be another one or if they just haven't paved it yet, but obviously you can see some construction phases. There's some theming things back there that I wrapped up and I can't spoil, but it is slated to open in May, so I'm going to have to come back and my next visit check it out. So here's about Mile. It's another mall-ish thing. There's a lot of malls here, let's be real, but in the middle, the part you guys are going to care about is the Mountain Monster here, which is kind of a combination slingshot drop tower, and this one also has the bonus of kind of having a sit-down sky coaster kind of dealie, which is super cool, especially with a lot of parks removing their sky coasters this year. Pretty insane. I've been on its sister in Branson, which only had the slingshot thing and kind of a drop tower, so this is definitely something to check out. They're about to go. Let's watch them go. Let's watch all these guys getting ready to watch them go. There's some guys ready to watch them go. Is it just gonna take? Watch those things, getting ready for them to watch them go. Watch the train, watching them ready to get them to go to watch the. Yeah. I got way too close there. Oh, and I missed a drop. Those guys dropped at the exact same time as that. That was super cool. Oh, I gotta get that real quick. Yeah, this boy got 2 drop towers. So this is the normal one, which this is kind of like the one I did at Pigeon Forge, where it's only seatbelts on it, and it makes it really, really, really interesting for the airtime on thing. But also, the lift up behind it, the way to get up to the big swing thing up there, is actually also a drop tower ride. So you get 2 drops for the price of 1. This thing is unfortunately a little costly, about $40, but I mean, you get multiple rides out of it, so it's probably worth. This thing was awesome in Branson. It's probably awesome here. Do you want to know that this thing is $40 for 2-person ride? So that does make it basically $20 per person, but unfortunately, as you can see, I'm all alone here, so unless I can kidnap someone, I'm not going to be able to experience this thing today. I'm Flavor Town. Probably one of the biggest sad face moments of today is the construction of Pigeon Forge's newest mountain coaster. This is going to be actually a racing roller coaster, if you can see right there on the awesome finale, which is a spiral. By the way, look at this freaking, that is huge. That is a massive helix finale that's going through, but this is actually going to be a dual track racing coaster. So you could race your friends or whatever on it, / maybe it's 2 credits, I don't know. It's a really funny position being right over this marathon, but it still overlooks the strip, so it still got some good views. And it looks like it's a decent layout, so can't wait for this thing to be open. Hopefully sometime later this year I'll have to come by and check it out. This is the most legitimate construction footage I could ever give you. This guy's working on the helix right now. as we get ready to head right on the sled and head down to part 2 in Gatlinburg, I do want to point out that we did miss out on Dollywood just a little bit. That way, like 1 or 2 signals over there, turn, that's how you get to the big park. You guys know Dollywood. There's like at least 2 videos on my channel, so make sure you check out at least one of those. I'll have the other one linked up above. So we are now here in Gatlinburg in the mountains, and the first thing that you're going to be seeing here, David Crockett's mini golf. Another mini golf course, who cares? There it is, mini golf. Head on down this way, so I think it's the right way to go. I've honestly, in my many trips down to Pigeon Forge area, never been to Gatlinburg proper, probably since I was a child, but there are a couple of attractions here to check out, even though it's more of a mature section for adult people, and less for a bunch of mini golf things, even though the first thing I shot was mini golf. For example, there's a mountain coaster over there. We got the Moonshine Mountain Coaster over here. I might have to check that out a little bit. I tend to do 1 or 2 new mountain coasters every time I visit this place. That one looks pretty cool. It's very up in the mountains, very nice looking. Then we got Hillbilly Golf up here, which I believe is pretty unique in the fact that you actually have to take a little cable car up to the top to get to the golf course. So the mountain course is up in the mountains. Next thing I want to do. Alright, hold on. We're getting out. So Ripley's Mountain Coaster here is actually a 2-for-1 mountain coaster kind of attraction, because not only do they have the traditional weekend-based ride on top of a cart thing, but as you can see right here, is actually a dual racing suspended single rail coaster. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, it looks like it is too windy to operate today. Must be a mountain coaster thing. So next trip, I guess. I don't know. There's a guy going up. Let's see what the guy says. So I just talked with some employees. It is not a weather-related thing, but apparently a maintenance thing, which is interesting because I've been shut down at another mountain coaster for a similar thing today. There's a maintenance guy working on it right now. Not sure if I'm going to get any cool POV mountain coaster stuff today, so make sure you're subscribed to see next time I come down here and hopefully get on some of these things. Looks cool though. I like the whole suspended and normal coaster thing. Straight ahead we have the entrance to Anarchista. This is probably like one of the biggest, most advertised parks here in Gatlinburg, which is another thing. And it takes trips way up in the air too, and they have a whole bunch of stuff to go on, like 2 mountain coasters, some skywalks, nice viewing areas. Like honestly, Anarchista feels like it'll be an all-day event, so that's probably gonna be a separate video on its own review. You guys like fish? You got a lot of fish at the aquarium. It's Ripley's, if you believe it or not. And that guy right there, we're gonna do that in a second. I feel like I need to show off Earthquake the ride because I didn't show off frickin' Jurassic boat ride, which is the most insane thing in Pigeon Forge. So this is its counterpart here in Gatlinburg. Yeah, right there we have the kind of sky tower place thing, which is basically just a giant viewing platform. Not sure it's gonna be as good as it used to be because of all the high things now, but pretty cool. Another elevated mini golf. Dude, Ripley's owns Gatlinburg apparently. This is everywhere with all the attractions. I do like the facade on this though. Very animalistic. Ooh, over Gatlinburg. Over Mountain, I guess it's called now. This is, I think I actually went here when I was young. Hold on a sec, let's kinda turn to the slide. Yeah, this is another mountain attraction. We have to take a gondola all the way up. All the way over into some mountain area up there. I can't even see where it is, it's so far away. But I think that I went to this one once when I was young, because I do remember they have some sleds up here. Like, not traditional mountain coaster, but it's actually some sleighs that you go in down a thorough. So a little bit more unique. I also haven't seen too many of those in the area, and I wonder why. Probably a safety thing, but yeah, I remember those being super cool. Also, I'm realizing why I spend more time in Pigeon Forge, because it is impossible to find parking here. Heading back this way, you can get a better view of one of these sky town kind of places. Look at that big bridge. Right over the mountains. Right over the taco trail. There's the taco trail, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a Shoney's. Something Rick and Morty, I don't know. There's a good view of it. Nice little parking sign. So I think my takeaway as I head up to the mountain coaster here, why am I not going the other direction, is that if you want to do more attractions like rides and mini golf and all that fun stuff, Pigeon Forge is your thing. But if you'd rather have more mountainous areas, better views, more shopping centers, and more adult things, whatever, because not all children, whatever, head down to Gatlinburg. But be ready to pay for parking, because it is impossible to find parking over there, and also it is impossible to drive through there. that strip is absolutely slammed. Which is why it's a good thing I almost forgot to mention that the whole Pigeon Forge Gatlinburg area usually has a bunch of tram trolleys that you could pretty much get a buy one day wristband and ride all throughout the town. I usually do it when I go to Dollywood to save on parking, and they do also go all throughout Gatlinburg, so have fun not parking when you just take the tram. But what do you guys think? What is your favorite Pigeon Forge / Gatlinburg attractions? What I miss? I know I didn't cover goats on a roof. I'm never going to cover goats on a roof. I'm not a fan of goats, so there's one credit I will never get. But we are heading up to this mountain coaster, the Moonshine, so I can at least do something today after being burned by 2 other mountain coasters I tried. So if you guys enjoy this video, make sure to drop me a tip on ye old not Patreon. I don't even know what it's called without looking at it. Be sure to stay subscribed for more coaster videos here on the channel. This is just the start of the trip. Tomorrow it really starts with Carowinds. And always embrace the infinite. Here comes out the helix. Show the helix. Quick post-credit review. This thing is fast, it is moving, but it is also fast because it's a really short ride. I'm not sure if it's worth the 18 compared to many other mountain coasters, but it is a very fast ride and does give you a good view of a road, so take that as you please. It's still a credit, it's a +1. First coaster of the year for me.